Have you ever noticed the universe never takes without giving, yet when it gives, it often gives through loss? Why is it that the people you thought would stay forever suddenly vanish? Why do the doors you knocked on with all your strength remain shut? And why does silence arrive exactly when you crave answers the most? What if these weren't punishments at all, but protection? What if every rejection, every betrayal, every unanswered prayer was not life breaking you down beat palm, but life building a shield around you? The Stoics called this logos, the rational order hidden inside the chaos. To those who resist, it feels cruel. To those who accept, it feels merciful. And here's the paradox. Sometimes life saves you, not by giving you what you want, but by tearing it from your hands. Today, we'll uncover 6 signs that the universe protects you, not by adding more, but by taking things away. Sign 1. When everything you chased suddenly escapes you, there are seasons when what you wanted most runs away from you. The love you believed was destiny collapses. The job you built your life around slips through your hands. The dream you gave your youth to crumbles into dust. The heart screams, "I have been punished. I am cursed," because the human mind equates desire with destiny. We tell ourselves, if I want it this badly, it must be mine. And when it disappears, it feels like a betrayal of nature itself. But Seneca reminds us, a setback has often cleared the way for greater fortune. Many things have fallen only to rise to more exalted heights. I remember once pursuing a career milestone that seemed like my life's crowning achievement. I sacrificed health, friendships, even my sense of joy for it. When it slipped away, I thought life had erased me. But years later, I realized life had saved me. That position would have chained me to endless anxiety and hollow validation. What I thought was failure was mercy. The Stoics believed that losing what you desire is not punishment, but purification. Life withholds what would rot your soul, even if you beg for it. To those blinded by longing, this looks like cruelty. But to the wise, it is mercy disguised as loss. Sign 2. When you stop reacting and start observing, most people think protection comes from outside, allies defending us, laws protecting us, justice delivered on our behalf. But the Stoics insisted that the greatest shield is built within. Epictetus wrote, "When someone irritates you, it is not their action but your judgment that disturbs you." Think about how many times you've been provoked. Someone insults you, spreads lies about you, mocks you in front of others. The instinct is to strike back, to prove yourself. But in doing so, you surrender power. I once worked alongside someone who thrived on manipulation. Every word was crafted to bait me into rage. And for a while, I fell for it. Every outburst made me weaker. Every reaction tightened his control. But the day I stopped reacting, something changed. I watched without responding. His power dissolved. My silence became my armor. Life protects you the moment you stop being a puppet to your emotions. To shout feels strong, but it is weakness in disguise. To remain calm feels small, but it is indestructible. The Stoics called this building an inner citadel, a fortress inside the soul that no chaos, no insult, no betrayal can breach. The universe protects you not by silencing your enemies, but by teaching you to silence yourself. Sign 3. When you're forced to walk alone yet feel no fear, solitude frightens most of us. We are taught that value is measured by the crowd, that to be alone is to fail. So when friends drift, opportunities vanish, and familiar doors stay closed, we panic. I have been abandoned. But Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Life sometimes strips you of noise so you can hear your own voice. What feels like exile may be a sanctuary. I remember moving to a new city where I knew no one. At first, the silence of my apartment at night felt like a prison. I longed for connection, for recognition, for someone to prove I mattered. But over time I realized, solitude was not killing me, it was remaking me. In the quiet I found clarity I had never known. This is the third sign of protection, when you are forced to walk alone, yet you do not tremble. Solitude is not absence, it is purification. Life does not always guard you by surrounding you with allies. Sometimes it protects you by removing distractions so you can finally meet yourself. When your worth no longer depends on applause, you become untouchable. Sign 4. When you lose what you thought you couldn't live without, and yet breathe easier. Few losses cut deeper than losing what we built our identity upon. A relationship we swore was forever ends in silence. A dream career collapses overnight. A plan we built our life around disintegrates. At first we resist, we rage, we cling with bleeding hands, because the human heart confuses possession with survival. We believe that if I lose this, I lose myself. But Seneca taught, he who is brave is free, and true bravery is letting go, even when your hands are bleeding from the grip. I once held on to a friendship that was rotting from the inside. I begged, I compromised, I sacrificed my dignity to keep it alive. When it finally ended, I thought my soul had cracked. But months later I noticed something shocking. I could breathe again. The weight was gone. My days had room for peace. What I thought was devastation was liberation. Life protects us by tearing away what we lack the courage to release. It sees storms we cannot. It shields us from futures we do not yet know. And though we bleed in the letting go, we heal in the breathing after. This is not loss. This is protection. Sign 5. When temptation loses its grip on you, not all protection comes through loss. Sometimes it comes through disinterest. Think of the things that once ruled you. The rush of easy money, the intoxication of applause, the thrill of fleeting pleasures. Once they dictated your choices. They pulled your strings like a puppet master. But then one day you wake up and realize they no longer move you. At first you fear, am I broken? No, you are free. Seneca warned, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. I remember when recognition was my obsession. Every decision, every word was calibrated to win applause. Without it, I felt empty. But the day applause stopped mattering, I tasted freedom for the first time. Life had protected me by dulling the taste of poison. When temptation loses its grip, life has armored you against illusions. You are no longer enslaved by shallow thrills. What once intoxicated you now rolls off you like rain off stone. That numbness is not weakness. It is a shield. Sign 6. When adversity makes you stronger, instead of breaking you. The last sign is the paradox of pain. Life protects you not by sparing you from suffering, but by strengthening you through it. Adversity crashes in like a hammer. Illness, betrayal, failure, blows that seem designed to shatter you. And yet, instead of breaking, you rise stronger. Marcus Aurelius prayed not for ease, but for endurance. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray to be strong enough to endure a difficult one. This is life's highest protection, not removing storms, but forging you into someone storms cannot touch. I remember failing an exam that threatened to end my future plans. At the time, it felt catastrophic. But rebuilding from that failure gave me resilience, discipline, and patience I had never known. That hammer did not shatter me. It tempered me. Life's protection is not always a shield that blocks fire. Sometimes it is the fire itself, burning away the weak so only the unshakable remains. Remember this: the next time life takes something away from you, don't be too quick to curse the silence. Don't call it punishment too soon. What looks like loss may actually be protection. What feels like abandonment may be redirection. And what you call the end may be the universe keeping you alive for a beginning you cannot yet see. The Stoics whispered this truth for centuries. Storms don't come to destroy you. They come to reveal what cannot be destroyed. So hold your silence, guard your strength, and when the world wonders how you're still standing, you'll know the answer. This was never loss. This was protection. If this message resonated with you, don't let it fade into the noise. Join us here at Stoic Havenway, a place where strong minds walk together, finding clarity and peace in the chaos. Subscribe, stay close, and keep walking this path with us, because you were never truly alone in this journey. Until next time, stay sharp, stay unshaken, and rise above every storm.